Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us here on Morning Live. Now, JourneySys is a non-profit organization, and they say that cancer causes more deaths in South Africa than HIV and AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria combined. The rise in cancer-related deaths, therefore, reinforces the need for greater cancer awareness. Now, the non-profit organization will be hosting a Cancer Awareness Open Day at Mopanya Mall in Soweto tomorrow in a bid to inform and educate individuals about cancer treatment. And joining us now is Dr. Molefi Molefi, who is the founder of JourneySys, this non-profit organization. And thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
So that is quite, a scary assertion there that cancer actually outstrips tuberculosis, HIV and AIDS and malaria combined. What is behind this rise in the prevalence of cancer in our society?
Not quite. The incidence isn't really, yes, it is astronomical, but that's not quite the right assertion about it. All we just say is just that cancer on its own is very prevalent in our society. And the problem with us is just that there's such a whole lot that's not known about it because we just do not come out to deal with it.
So has it always been so high, the prevalence, or are we seeing a marked increase at the moment?
The statistics that we're actually referring to is the fact that it is now known that globally, come 2030, it is expected that perhaps the pandemic would be so bad that it will be affecting almost 1 in 3 people in the world.
But why? What are we doing differently, from generations past that has landed us in this situation where we are seeing such high prevalence rates?
Well, there's actually quite a huge revelation on the fact that there's more people living with cancer, more because, there's been better detection, so people get to know earlier, number one. And the big factor is increased aging. So there's a whole lot more people that are living longer and hence are exposed to the disease. And there's, in fact, better treatment methods that are there. So people are living much, much longer. So it's no longer the case that because you're just diagnosed with cancer, then it's the end of the road just in a short while. People have known to live much, much, much longer.
What about lifestyle issues, not just in terms of what we eat, but the products that we consume, like technology, for example, our cell phones, we're on those all the time practically. Are those having any sort of impact on the rise in cancer prevalence?
Well, what's been widely reported is that in our society in particular, there's a whole lot more lifestyle factors at play that may perhaps have actually been not as marked in the past. So as a result, we could safely say lifestyle factors are a big contributor towards it, beyond what we've always had, in fact, in the past, which was an already significant amount of the cancers there that are linked with infectious diseases.
And let's talk about that open day tomorrow for a moment at Mopanya Mall. So what exactly will be happening?
Well, first and foremost, we've been motivated to want to go out and talk to people out there. We believe we're a non-profit organization, so we say we're not quite doing anything to replace what's in the traditional medical space. But we say we have identified some gaps, and part of which have got to deal with not going out there to deal with people. So we're going out to talk to people, and promote, an awareness about what it is that we're actually wanting to promote. And it's essentially about saying, can we engage differently with this beast called cancer?
So from what time will you be there?
We'll be there from 10 o'clock in the morning. We've got about 5 eminent speakers, academics, that will be talking about breast cancer, colon cancer, cervical cancer, and prostate cancer. And there'll also be quite a bit of entertainment. And we'll have, some...
Will you be doing any testing?
Well, there's quite a bit of testing because that's going to be done. We're partnering with the Lancet Laboratories, with the Clinics Group, and with the Pink Drive. There'll be free limited testing for prostate, breast cancer, as well as cervical cancer.
All right. Thank you so much for coming through, Dr. Molefi Molefi, who is the founder of JourneySys, a non-profit organization. And they are, of course, all about cancer awareness and looking at some of the causes as well, as we spoke to him right now. So if you're in and around Soweto, Mopanya Mall tomorrow, where you can listen to speakers and also get some tests done with regard to cancer.